Yes, thank you so much. It's so great to be back in the community and seeing everybody. So great to see you. And yes, I am calling in from North Carolina. It is the first day of fall, so I'm really anxious to see the changes of the colors up here this year, being a Floridian and all. And so yay. um, so happy fall equinox, everyone. And I did pull a card this morning, and this is talking about our inner child. So before we get started on the chakras, this message is for everybody in the group. And it says, the blessing of endless possibility. Allow your inner child to be the master for a while and don't take things so seriously. Have fun and explore the world of endless possibility. Something wonderful is created through imagination and innocence. Okay, so just a message for everybody. Let's have a little bit of fun. Okay. So today's topic is the seven main chakras. And the word chakra came from Sanskrit, ancient Sanskrit in India. It's dated back as early as, well, 1500 BC or even earlier than that. And it was used in the healing and spirituality uh, documents that were brought forward through India. And it is used today in many different modalities, including Reiki, which is one of my favorites. And it also is a modality in and of itself. So, what does chakra mean? It's a Sanskrit word meaning wheel, okay? And it is our energy centers. So, this is a picture of, I don't know if you all can see it. Can you see it? Okay, thank you, Frida. Um, so, the seven main chakras are here in our bodies and they align up on our spine. Okay. And these are energy centers. Okay. And now they're also color coded, which is really interesting. So I'll just, before we go any further with that, we'll talk a little bit about we are energy beings having a human experience. We are influenced by energy, frequency, and vibration. Color is vibration as well. Okay, so we're influenced by the colors around us. So let's say you're out in a forest, you're in a forest of green colors, and it feels really good, and you feel open, and your heart's open, you feel compassion, you're like connecting with nature and everything. The color green is for the heart chakra. Okay, so that gives us the opportunity to just really open ourselves up in the heart area, okay, being around the color green. So when we're outside, when we're grounding with Mother Earth, we're we're bringing in various colors. If we're in a crowded train, okay, we are absorbing the energy, the vibration, the frequency of those in the train, okay, which can affect us emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, a whole level, the whole level. Whenever whatever is surrounding us is in some way affecting us, okay, positively, negatively, indifferently, however, okay. And so these main energy centers pick up on the different frequencies coming in, and it affects how the wheel is turning, the wheel, the chakra. Okay. If the wheel is turning in a beautiful, oh, it's just, everything's flowing and this and that, then it's in balance. If the wheel is like going, kind of having an issue getting around and stuff, or if there's little blocks in there, or anything along that line, that would create an imbalance. Okay. Now, chakras, as I said, affect all not the chakras, the frequency, the vibration affects everything that's going on with us. Okay. So this is why in other segments we've talked about the importance of shielding your energy when you're around negative people, or actually keeping yourself away from negative people, because other people's moods affect us. Okay, that frequency, that vibration comes right on into us, goes right to one of our chakras and says, "Eh." Or if you have a really super positive friend around, right, it's going to make that chakra soar more, okay, and help balance out. So this again is the picture of the chakras, and they each have their own color. Now, the root chakra is indicated as red, and red has a very long vibration, very long, very warm, very soothing vibration. The purple, when it's scientifically tested and all that other stuff. So we've already this wavelength of purple is very short and cold and still calming, but it's a short one. So there's different vibrations for all the colors. Okay. So what we're going to talk about this morning is, what does a out of balance chakra look like? Maybe you'll resonate with something in there. And then what a balanced chakra looks like. And then we're going to do a little meditation so you can balance your own chakras, okay? And see how you feel afterwards. So we'll gauge before how you feel. We'll do a nice little chakra meditation to clear your own chakras. And I'll give you other techniques for clearing your chakras and balancing them. And then we'll see how you feel then, okay? All right, so we're going to start with the crown chakra. So this is the one up here at the top. It's right up here at the top of our head. And an imbalanced crown chakra would feel lack of connection with the oneness with source. Okay, like I just feel disconnected. I don't feel fully connected to source. Not feeling your own individuality would be another symptom, I guess you could call it, of having that chakra be out of balance. Okay, let me see if there's any other ones. Feeling misunderstood. That's an interesting one too. So feeling misunderstood, like I'm not getting my point across, it like I just feel misunderstood by everything and everyone. That might indicate that there's a little imbalance in your crown chakra. Now, what a balanced crown chakra is: feeling joy, feeling connected to the oneness, feeling connected to the earth, to the source, creator, great spirit, God, whoever you label, I guess, as your higher power. Okay, feeling connected to your higher self, feeling that individuality and that passion of you. Okay, so that's a balanced crown chakra. Now, the next one is the third eye here. Now, the third eye, also from a physical standpoint, and the crown as well, they monitor the brain and the nervous system, okay, especially the crown chakra. And so when there's issues with like migraine headaches, this and that, your crown or your third eye or both might be a little out of balance at that time. Okay. So headaches, anything brain related, okay, or nervous system. So we go to the third eye chakra, which is the pineal gland here, okay, and that is the one that really, when we're out of balance, we're not trusting ourselves, we're not trusting our gut, we're not connected to our essence, and we feel kind of a lot of fear can come through in that chakra because we're not feeling connected. Doubting yourself, like, oh geez, I don't know if I should do this or that, like decision making's not so easy, might be the third eye, right? When the third eye is connected, we're feeling intuitive, charismatic. We light up a room when we get there. Okay, when we walk into a room, everybody seems to be gravitating to us and talking to us and like like feeling our joy. Okay, so that's what a nice and balanced third eye looks like. The next one is the throat chakra, one of my favorite ones. I have been working with this throat chakra. I can't even tell you. An unbalanced throat chakra is the inability to speak your truth, to just feeling like you need to say what the other person wants to hear, not being able to step into you. It's also creative energy as well, because when we speak, we create. Okay. So if we're not able to speak our truth, we're not even creating our truth. So we need to really focus. And this chakra, I feel, because of the people that I work with as well, when we're working with balancing chakras, this and that, I feel this is the one that's out of balance on most people because we have gotten so used to technology, emailing, texting, not speaking, not using our throat chakra. So therefore, it makes sense that it would be out of balance. If you feel like you really need to say something and you get a lump in your throat, you can tell right then you're a little out of balance. Okay. So we want to, somebody that has a balanced throat chakra is able to speak their truth, able to put up healthy boundaries and really just stay within their own essence, within yourself. Okay. So that's the throat chakra is super important. I've been working on that. I've had many as a so far up until like in the last couple of years been a people pleaser. You can tell that my throat chakra has been out of balance most of my life. Okay, so it's coming back into balance now because I am able to think about what I want to say and then articulate it. So we want to be able to articulate what it is that we want to truthfully speak out. Okay. Without fear of what other people are going to think, any of that. Okay. The next one's the heart chakra. And that rules over anything physical in the cardiovascular, respiratory, thymus, that those areas. So the throat's all about right up here, everything there, the ears. So the ears, the mouth, that is all the throat chakra. Okay. It's also the thyroid. That would be the thyroid gland as well. Um, and so, anyway, back to the heart chakra. So that's all the respiratory issues. The if you have any of that, that's the heart chakra. On an emotional level, it would be somebody that does not feel worthy of love, does not feel uh, able to receive love, doesn't just even if they feel a little bit worthy, they're just like, I don't know if I really am able to receive it. Okay. So, and then we also want to be able to give love as well. So that would be kind of characteristic of an out of balance heart chakra. Now, a balanced heart chakra would be somebody that is very forgiving of themselves. Like as soon as something comes up, instead of talking negatively about yourself, and I mean, if we really monitor our thoughts, I think many of us would find out that at least a few times a day we say something that is not very nice to ourselves. And so we want to work on speaking to ourselves the way we would speak to our best friend in the world, or the one we love the most in the world. The way we speak to them is the way we want to speak to ourselves. And that's going to help balance the heart chakra and the throat chakra. So it kind of works on both lines. And so, what else? So a balanced heart chakra is very compassionate, empathetic, very open to giving and receiving love. You feel that flow. You feel in sync with life. That's the heart chakra. It's very uh, unfortunately that is it's a chakra that tends to fluctuate a lot based on our relationships and stuff. So it's one that we need to really look at when we're dealing with our self-care. All the chakras are super, super important. Self-care is part of the heart. Okay. I mean, like all of it. the heart chakra. We need to love ourselves as much as we can. We can still love other people while we're learning to love ourselves. You don't have to 100% love yourself before you can love another. There's a lot of stuff out there that says you have to love yourself before you can fully love somebody else. Eh, I kind of feel like we're in a universe with limitless possibilities, so therefore I do not stick soul-heartedly on that. I do believe that we have to have a strong degree of self-love in order to be able to be in a very fulfilling, loving relationship with another. Yes. Does it have to be 100%? No. I mean, come on. I don't even know if that's attainable, honestly. Maybe on some of these people that are on so high vibes, like some of our religious and spiritual um, icons, I guess you could call them. Um, so anyway, the next one is solar plexus. This is another one of my personal challenges in this life, and this is, well, first of all, it relates to anything that's going on in your abdomen area. Okay, so if you have any issues in the abdomen, that's the solar plexus. And remember, these chakras line up on our spine, with the exception of the third eye and the crown. Okay, they're lining up on our spine. So the abdomen is right under your rib cage. And if you have any issues in that area with any of those organs, then likely your solar plexus chakra needs a little attention. Okay. So that's one thing. From an emotional level, if it's out of balance, we're talking about low self-esteem, low self-worth, just not just not feeling feeling worthy. I mean, that's like the big part of it. The other one would be procrastinating, feeling taken advantage of. Okay, so those are a couple other ones. Now, when it's balanced, we're feeling respect for ourselves, we're feeling respect for others. We feel confident in speaking our truth. Okay, so you can see that the chakras do kind of influence each other as well. So the solar plexus chakra, through I think through my life, my solar plexus is the one that's been the weakest, and it's been the one that I've also been working on. So my throat, my heart, and my solar plexus are like my three working work in progresses, I guess I could put it. Okay, so the next one is the sacral chakra. So this is the orange one right here, and it's about 2 inches below your belly button or navel, whatever you title that. It's about 2 inches below, and it runs on your spine. And again, these are wheels that are spinning all the time, and and this one represents our sexuality, our creativity, our creativity, as in these are all our sex organs as well. So creativity, we're creating life. It's birth, rebirth, and it's transformation. Again, and creativity. If you're an artist and you feel like a little stunted, then your sacral chakra might be out a little bit, okay? Might be a little out of balance. So we want to pull that back into balance. And it's also our sexuality. And so one that is in balance, when our sacral chakra is in balance, we do feel more romantic, we feel more flirty, we feel more creativity. If we're an artist, we feel more motivated, okay, more motivated to make changes and things along that line. So that's a biggie. Now, if we're suffering from any constipation or anything along those lines, or the opposite of constipation, the sacral chakra and the root chakra may be a little out of balance there. So then you might want to focus a meditation on balancing those up so that you can kind of clear that condition. Okay. Now, the bottom one, the root chakra, this is our foundational chakra. So like technically I started from the crown to go down, The root chakra is the foundation. This is us on this earth plane. So this is our home, our safety, our family, our job, our finances, our connection with the earth. Okay. Somebody that has anything going on in those areas that is not, of their highest good, then that might take that root chakra out of balance. If we're not getting out in nature enough, that could definitely take the root chakra out of balance. And here's the key. This is interesting. If the root chakra is chronically out of balance, so we're talking years, okay, you're out of balance, you haven't been outside 5 years or something like that, and that type of thing, then it starts to affect the other chakras above because it's the foundation. We're on this earth plane right now. Okay. So we need to connect with the earth. We can't always be up here in our crown chakra, like experiencing when we're meditating, the crown chakra and the third eye get very activated. Okay. When we're in that type of consciousness, when we're meditating. So they get very activated. We can't be up there all day long. I mean, we're here on this earth for a reason. So we have to be actively on this earth. So being grounded, being on this planet, getting out in nature, drinking more water, taking good care of your body, eating nutritious foods, all that stuff will help with the grounding. Okay, so that's just a little rundown on the chakras and what each of them do, and maybe some of the symptoms of an imbalanced one. So now we're going to talk a little bit about how to balance those puppies up. Okay, one of my favorites is the color. So if you take a look around where you're living right now and see what the colors are that you have most prevalent in your space. Okay. So do you have a lot of greens? Do you have a lot of blues? Do you have a lot of yellows? Whatever it is. Intuitively, we are we are balancing our chakras by the colors that we have around us. Okay, so that should give you a little indication of what you're intuitively working on. And if you find yourself, oh, I'm going to change this pillow to an orange now, I'm going to change this wall to a purple now. That if you find yourself doing stuff like that, start thinking about, okay, maybe that's something's up going on with my crown chakra right now, and I can address it this way by doing the color for sure. And then there's other ways as well. Okay, so bright colors in your home are always a good idea. And I've noticed recently, because I've just really been paying attention to when I go visit people and everything like that, that a lot of us tend to stick with the earth colors, the browns, the tans, and this and that. Those are all related to the root chakra, all that. The browns, the blacks, the reds, those are all root chakra action right there. Okay. And, I just noticed that a lot of people tend to focus on those in particular, and then do the accent colors. So bright colors are always a good idea, okay, because they will raise your vibration, they will help you balance. Now, what we're wearing also is an indication. It's so crazy, but are the light rays from the vibration, says we have light rays all around us. Okay, those actually penetrate through our clothes. So when you go in your closet in the morning, and if you don't have a uniform to put on or any reason to get dressed up or anything like that, like I'm just getting dressed here today, take a look at what the colors of the clothes you typically buy, what colors of the clothes you're wearing that day. Okay, because it's as simple as that. Wearing a red shirt might indicate, I'm intuitively balancing my root chakra. It's really crazy, but that's the way it works. Okay, so a lot of this stuff is already done without our conscious awareness. And once you start having that conscious awareness, then you're going to be like, oh, wow, that's really wild. You're really going to notice the, if you look at what takes the chakra out of balance and then what you're doing to get it back into balance. Okay. It's really cool. Another thing is the foods that you eat. If you find yourself buying a bag of oranges and eating oranges solid for a week, okay, you're balancing your sacral chakra. That's it. Bottom. Okay. That's it. Bananas. I'm addicted to bananas. I don't know why, but I can't get enough of the yellow. Okay. Yellow squash, anything in that variety, you're balancing your solar plexus. So what we eat also, blueberries near third eye crown, that type of thing. So if you find yourself super attracted to a particular food for a little bit, that's why. Okay. Uh, so we covered food, visualization, which we're going to do a meditation that's going to help balance our chakras, gemstones, crystals. Okay, God bless you. Crystals are fabulous for grounding. So this one here is a yellow calcite, and I have it hanging right over my solar plexus. Yellow, yellow, yellow is the solar plexus. Okay, because I'm working on that chakra. And I also have a little bit of a stomach ache today. So figures, right, that I put that crystal on. Having those crystals around you are whether you place them in your pocket, in a pouch, wherever, as long as they're in your energy field, they're helping you out. Okay. Let's see, what else do you have? Aromatherapy. Now, this is interesting because I learned this through a friend of mine who whose grandmother owns Nature's Symphony there in Boca Raton. And I learned that every flower essence has its own musical note attached to it. I mean, it's like unbelievable, like the note on the musical scale. Hence the name Nature Symphony of their company, because it's a symphony. And so these essences, you can look up an essential oil, best essential oils to balance root chakra. Okay. And it'll give you a whole bunch of essential oils. And you can, if there are ones that you can put on your body, you can put a drop on your wrist. You could get a volcanic rock bracelet and just put if you're sensitive, to skin, you only want to do a drop, and you want to make sure you mix it with a carrier oil. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. You don't want to put anything directly on any drops because they're very powerful. They're like condensed essences, flower essences. So you don't need much, and you should mix it with a coconut oil or jojoba or what else could you use? Even olive. I mean, you could use olive oil, even, I guess, just as long as there's a carrier oil involved. Grapeseed oil, whatever you feel. So that will help balance as well. So if you have like a little diffuser, if you all are into diffusers and you're feeling like, wow, I'm having some stomach issues now, you can get an essential oil that will help balance that solar plexus and help you feel better. Okay. Music and dance. So when we're moving our bodies, we're helping we all know this. When we move our bodies, we're shifting the energy out. So anything that's not serving you starts falling down into the earth. But we have to actually do the movement, okay, to have that happen. So dance, listening to high vibe music, high vibration, up, up, up. None of this up stuff. Okay, we want to really focus on that. And so those tones, those vibrations, those frequencies make our chakras soar. Okay, if we're watching a horror movie or watching the news and they've got something really bad to say on the news, that's not a frequency that we want to put in our bodies, because how it makes you feel. Makes you feel tired, stressed out of balance. I can't think about anything. Now I'm doubting myself. I'm in fear. I'm all this other stuff. Okay. Our chakras get out of balance. Okay. So we want to listen to the good stuff, do the podcasts, do the things that lift us up, not bring us down. Okay. And let's see, what else do we have here? So the sounds, visualization, food, the sun, getting out in the sun is a great way to help balance your chakras. So getting outside at least 20 minutes a day, whether you're sitting on a bench or walking, moving your body, if you have a pool, whatever it is that you do outside, gardening, whatever, just spending at least 20 minutes a day outside is a big. The other thing is, and maybe the most important, is thoughts, what we're thinking. Okay. And I mentioned before, we want to keep what we say to ourselves, the thoughts that we have about ourselves, to I'm treating my best friend. How am I going to talk to myself? I'm going to talk to myself the way I talk to my best friend. Okay. And also, when we're thinking about positive thoughts, we tend to feel better. When we're thinking about negative, worrying, that type of stuff, we don't. We're tired, we're listless, we're depressed, all this other stuff comes through. So thoughts, trying our best to change the narrative. If you find yourself going down that rabbit hole of negative thinking, do your best to change this, catch yourself and say, I'm going to change my narrative. I'm going to change it up because this isn't doing me any good right now. This story is not doing it. Thinking of things that are in the past. That's another thing. And we're all guilty of doing that because a lot of who we are today is because of our past. So it's kind of hard to just say, I'm just dropping the past. Okay. Um, However, putting forgiveness, putting love on it, wow, I learned such a valuable lesson because this happened. Okay. Like really changing the narrative a little bit. What did you learn from those negative experiences? Who are you today as a result? You're strong, you're resilient, okay, you're capable, all that as a result of our past. Okay. So we want to change the narrative a little bit on that. All right. And I don't know what time it is, but I'd like to do the meditation.
You're
Let me
good. It's 10:35, so you're good.
35. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
10:35.
So I went over. Oh, the other thing, art and color. Again, if you're creative or you're feeling like you want to do something, even if you're painting a stone, okay, a lot of people do stone painting. You go outside, grab a stone, and paint it, put it back. You could paint love on it, harmony, peace, joy, and put it out there, and have it outside, and have other people enjoy it as well. uh, Painting, doing any type of artistic creative outlet is really good for balancing the chakra. Journaling, getting all those emotions out, get that stuff out on paper. It is another way to help balance the throat chakra, believe it or not, even though, as I've mentioned before, with technology and people emailing and all that stuff, we're not actively working this chakra, and it can kind of get a little cranky because it's not actively being used. But on an emotional level, you're speaking your truth when you're journaling. Okay. So, the, so you're speaking your truth when you're journaling. All right. I'll leave it at that. So cool. Let's do a nice meditation and we're going to balance our chakras. So if everybody could kind of check in with your body right now. How do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 is I feel great, and 10 is I should be in the ER. Okay. And so somewhere in the middle there is where we are all at. Okay. All right. Now just take a mental note of that. I'm going to do the same thing. Just scan your body. You can start at your head. How's my head feeling? And my arms down to my abdomen. How am I feeling? Just do a scan. Okay. And then rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being I'm great, I'm jumping, I'm ready to go, run a marathon or at least do shopping or something like that. I'm ready to roll, or a 10 or somewhere in between. Okay. I've got mine. All right. So then what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves nice and comfortable. And I'm going to make sure to keep my voice stable as much as I can, because sometimes I drop into the meditation as well, but I will actively not do that today so that my voice stays consistent, because sometimes it gets lower. And then, so let's begin by closing our eyes. Get yourself in a nice, comfortable position. All right. And you do not need to stay in this position the entire meditation. If you feel like moving or scratching your nose or whatever, go for it. It's not anything that you have to like drop into this deep trance or anything along that line. Okay, so we're going to close our eyes and we're going to take a nice slow breath. And I'd like you to visualize that you bringing light up from your feet. Okay, as you breathe in, you're bringing in the light of Mother Earth from your feet up to your knees, up to your hips, and into your abdomen. So you're breathing into your abdomen. Okay, and it feels weird because we're not used to that. Let's hold that breath for a sec. And then when we release the breath, we're going to visualize, imagine, or see that white energy going straight up to our throats, to our third eye, and out of our crown chakra. Okay, out of the top of our head, that white light. Then we're going to breathe in white light from source right through our crown chakra. Just visualize it coming right down into your lungs and into your abdomen. Place it in the abdomen. Now hold that for a second. And then now when we release down into the earth, we're going to say, I'm releasing anything that's not serving me. And you're just going to allow everything to drop down into the earth as you release. Okay. And just visualize any gunk that you might have, anything that's not serving you, any cords. I'm letting that stuff go down into the earth. Okay. Then we're going to pull up again, pull up that white light from the earth because Mother Earth has always given us love. We're pulling it up right into our abdomen. Okay, hold it in there. And then we're going to release on up, let it flow right up out of our crown chakra like a fountain. Okay, just right out and just let it flow back into the earth. And then we're going to take in another breath and we're going to bring it in from the sky above, bring it right down through our crown chakra, right down into the abdomen. Let your abdomen poof out like you just had a huge meal. Let's hold that. And then we're going to slowly release down into the earth. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go back to our normal breathing. And I'd like you to, so just go ahead and breathe normal. I'd like you to visualize, imagine, or see a stream of white light, as we just did with the breathing, coming down into the top of your head. Okay. And it's this very luminescent white light energy. And it's combining with the purple color at the top of your head. So visualize a wheel of purple spinning clockwise, the top of your head, gently mixing with this beautiful luminescent light from source above and balancing. I am clearing and balancing my crown chakra. Okay, I'm clearing and balancing my crown chakra. Anything that's not serving me is going into the earth. It'll just shoot right out, go down to the earth. And visualize that purple wheel nicely spinning, no hiccups, just spinning nice and casual right at the top of your head. Okay. Now we're going to allow that white light to go in between our eyebrows. Okay. That's our third eye. We want to visualize a moonlit night, a starry night. Okay. That dark, dark blue color. Okay. And visualize a wheel of that light right around that area, right there in the center of your eyebrows, spinning clockwise, mixing with that wonderful luminescent white light. I'm balancing my third eye chakra. I'm releasing anything that doesn't serve me so it's fully balanced. Okay. Now we're going to shift our focus down to our throat and allow that white light to come down. Now it's filled our entire head. Okay, we're allowing the white light to fill the whole head, come down into the throat chakra, and you want to visualize the color of the most beautiful sky blue you've ever seen. Okay, you're looking at the sky, it's that blue, it's that beautiful blue, and it's a circle right touching up against your spine. Okay. Spinning clockwise. This is also where the vagus nerve is located. If you have any knowledge of the vagus nerve, a lot of our emotions are in this area. This is also our throat chakra. Okay. Visualize it spinning clockwise, happy, healthy, whole, and complete. Okay, and then now we're going to allow the white light to fill our shoulders, our arms, all the way down to the tips of our fingers, then down into our chest. Okay, and right in the middle of your chest is the heart chakra. And we visualize here the color of green or pink. You take your choice, whichever one you resonate with. It spins, it is located actually, and spins up against your spine. Okay, so visualize it back there, spinning clockwise. I'm releasing anything that's not serving me. My heart chakra is coming into balance. I am worthy of love. You can always put a mantra into one of these chakras or two. I am worthy of love. I am peace and joy and harmony. And now we're going to allow that white light to fill up our entire chest area, the spine, all the way down to the abdomen. So, right below your ribs, pressed up against your spine, visualize the sun penetrating through your body and focused right there. And it's a clockwise sun color. Okay. And it's spinning clockwise. I feel good about myself. I am confident. All right. I'm releasing anything that's not serving me. You can even allow, if you do have any issues in your upper abdomen area, you can allow that yellow light to penetrate throughout the abdomen. Okay. You just allow it to go wherever it wants to go. Okay. So you're spinning it clockwise. And now the white light from above is filling all the areas down into just below your navel, 2 inches. Pressing against your spine is your sacral chakra. And this is the most beautiful orange sunset you've ever seen. See it spinning clockwise. I am motivated. I am transformational. I move with the flow of life. I release anything that doesn't serve me. See it spinning clockwise, happy, healthy, whole, and complete. And then now we're going to the root chakra, which is actually right at your tailbone. So visualizing the color of red. Okay. Right there at your tailbone, a circle, a wheel of light, red light, spinning clockwise. You can take a breath into it too if you want to send some love directly to that chakra. Send it on down there. It's mixing with the white from above, filling your entire body, and now going down into the earth. Okay, I am grounded. I am safe. I am peaceful. Okay, so now your entire body is completely filled with white light. All right. And we want to visualize roots like that of a tree coming right out of your feet, wherever you are, just have them come right out of your feet. And that white light going down into Mother Earth. I am grounded. I am connected with Mother Earth. So you see with this visualization we've connected ourselves with source above, because this beautiful stream of luminescent white light is coming from above, coming down, penetrating each and every one of our chakras, balancing us as we go down, and then connecting with Mother Earth. That is when we are in flow, when we have everything in balance. So let's take a nice slow breath in now. Okay. And release. Start coming back into our body again. You can open your eyes whenever you're ready. And we want to gauge how you feel. So moving around a little bit, how am I feeling? Am I feeling better? Am I feeling it, like, how many points am I feeling better? If you need to repeat it, or if you want to introduce any of the other techniques into whatever ones you were kind of guided to, like whether it's the food, eating the foods that correlate with those chakras, or whether it's essential oils or crystals or the colors that you're wearing, you can integrate all this stuff in. Okay, movement, dance, music, again. Okay, so that's it for today, folks. I'd like to open it up to see if anyone has any questions. I did see one come
Yeah.
through.
Yeah,
Yes.
and we're gonna pull up that on our screen so you can get a visual a little bit better of the chakras and the colors.
Mhm.
And then we can talk about that for a second. Do you see that, Diana?
Yep.
Okay, so I guess Nancy was asking to just sort of, we will send this to everybody, but if you want to just quickly dive into that for a second, maybe she missed it. I'm not sure if she came in a little later. Oh, you're on mute, Diana. You're on mute. Hold
You're
on.
muted.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay, this is awesome. If you're going to send this to them, this is great, because
Yeah.
it's just like a little quickie on what it all does. So crown chakra, spirituality. Awareness is the third eye, the wisdom center. Okay. And if it's out of balance, then there's doubt. Okay. Doubt, fear, all that other jazz. Throat, communication. Heart, love and healing. The solar plexus is your wisdom and your personal power. That's your confidence and your self-esteem that I spoke about. The sacral is the sexuality and creativity, and the root is your basic trust. So that is, again, your safety, your finances, your family, how you're connected to this earth, your job, whatever. Okay. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for that diagram.
Okay, and then we're gonna send this after the call as well, in emails. We will send this picture for you, so you can always refer back to that. But I did see that there was a question that came in from Frida Smith. Oh, my aching back. Is this my chakras out of alignment? Should I keep going to the chiropractor? Which essential oil or stone would be helpful? Or what does the
Okay.
back really signify? Like, is there anything that connects with that?
Right. So I can't speak to whether you should continue to go to the chiropractor or not, because I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not qualified to do that. However, what I can say is, what area of the back is it, Frida? Is it upper back, shoulders, upper back, middle, lower? Where are we at?
Frida Smith, are you there? Can you unmute? Hold on, let's,
Yes,
there
I'm
you go.
here.
Yep. Is it your lower, upper, middle?
It's mostly the lower back, but I've
Okay.
also had some issues like in the neck going toward the shoulder.
Okay.
So mainly the lower back.
Yeah, so the lower back, that would be the sacral and the root chakra. And so what you can do from a crystal standpoint would be like a black tourmaline, a black obsidian, black onyx, something like that. That would be really, really good for carrying around. You could even do a tiger's eye from a crystal standpoint. Essential oils, you're going to have to look that up, because I don't use essential oils I don't happen to practice that anymore. I used to, so I don't know right off the bat. to me, I would think though, from what I remember, geranium is amazing for grounding. It's a very good grounding essential oil, as well as sandalwood. Any of the woods, cedar wood, sandalwood, those are all very grounding. Okay, so those would be good for the lower back. The upper back usually implies like you're taking the weight of others on your shoulders. Okay, so you could work on releasing some of that and releasing whatever it is that you need to release in that area. So that would be more reminiscent with than your throat chakra. Okay, so getting a blue lace agate. What else would be good for that? That could also be thymus too. So you could probably do like a green aventurine, because it's kind of like right here, the thymus is here, and that's part of the heart center. So you could get a rose quartz or a green aventurine crystal would be really good. Wear that around your neck. That could help as well. Okay. And then essential oil wise, I would probably go with one of the love ones like rose. That would probably be really good. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Um, I do see Dawn, go ahead, and then there's a couple more questions going on there, so go ahead, Dawn.
Hi, Dawn.
Hi, hi, everybody. Is it possible that you would feel those energy wheels moving at any time, like whirling in your body?
Mhm.
Okay, what I
Absolutely.
wanted to say was I attended some effigy breathing classes a few years ago,
Mhm.
and it scared me because that I feel that breathing is kind of like a fight or flight type breathing. I mean, it's like you're being chased by a lion, and then at the end of the session they have you calm down. But I could just feel this whirling right in here in my heart
Mhm.
area.
Right, right. So yes, some of these modalities are really going to focus on balancing the chakras, and so you may experience the movement of them. And if they didn't explain that to you ahead of time, then that's unfortunate, because it did scare you. You know, it's like, what's going on? I'm feeling this fluttering going on, and then this and that. So just know that yes, you can totally tap into the chakra. Absolutely.
Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Yes,
It's like with
absolutely.
Reiki, how you feel the energy and you can feel the warmth sometime when you perform the Reiki, right? How if someone doesn't tell you that, you're like, oh, that's weird. I felt cool air. I felt it, right? With Reiki, when you do the Reiki healing.
Yes, exactly, exactly. You have to tell them ahead of time. You may experience this. If you don't, then yeah, fear can come into we don't want that. But it's all
Right.
exactly that's it may be exactly what they intended to have happen, which was for you to expand your heart chakra that day. That might have been the chakra that you needed to balance, and you really had a very strong reaction to it. But yes, you absolutely can feel it on a physical level. So thank you so much for bringing that up, so that now nobody else will get freaked out if it happens.
Okay, so Jerry had a question. The colors were so revealing for what is going on with me. That was the best meditation I've ever done. I hope I can remember it enough to do it on my own. Okay, so that really helped
Oh,
her.
thank
So,
you. I'm glad that it helped. That's awesome. I'm really happy for you.
so another question from Frida Freitz. How can I unblock my heart chakra to receive or accept male compliments, or allow open up to love again, to males, to have a relationship of any
Right.
sort?
Right, right. So this is the area where you could get a crystal and start working with your heart chakra more. Okay, Frida, you could get some rose essential oil. You could start taking care of yourself, like your own physical touch, that type of thing. So the self-love does take a big key role here, so that we can attract what it is, because basically we attract how we feel about ourselves. So if we're not attracting, then we're not feeling 100% worthy. Okay, so you might want to focus on that a little bit in journaling, this and that. So I've been on that same quest before, Frida, so I know that it does come down a lot to how we take care of our own needs, okay, and how we feel about ourselves, so that we can attract in that energy. So balancing the male and the feminine energies is also a good idea. And again, bringing, that rose scent, bringing that sensuality scent, that kind of fun, loving, and allow yourself to just open up. I am open to receive and give love. I am open. I am open for the limitless potential that the universe can bring forward in a partner for me. Okay, so mantras are always a good one too. And, then that person will show up in divine timing.
Yes, agreed.
Absolutely.
And so Ray, I see, let's go to Eva's question first, and then we'll go back into the chat. Go ahead, Eva, if you want to unmute.
Hi, Eva.
Hold on, let's unmute.
Mute.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
couldn't find the button. So, yeah, so I have a very rough relationship with my daughter. She's 44. It's been going on forever, but right now it's horrible, horrible, horrible. And it just breaks my heart. Can I do, is there any way I can change her chakras? And is there any way that, that what, like my feelings, like if my chakras are in alignment, can that essence move into her space to clear her? Because I mean, she's absolutely the worst she's ever been. I mean, Nicole, that's why I wasn't here.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on with this kid. And
Yeah.
she doesn't give me time off for good behavior. Always negative, 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 negative. I feel like there's like someone throwing axes at me constantly,
Gotcha.
you know? And I don't know how to protect myself. I know they say put up a shield, it doesn't work all the time. I was like destroyed the last 4 or 5 days from stuff that I was going through with, and I can't do it anymore.
I'm
I just
sorry.
can't do it anymore.
Right. Well, unfortunately, we cannot control somebody else's chakras. Okay. And if she's willing to do a chakra meditation, you can pull one up on YouTube and she can do it herself. Okay. If she's willing to receive Reiki or any of the other modalities that are in energy healing, that will help her. But what you can do is send her a bridge of white light. Okay. You can literally send love to her, unconditional love. I love and accept you exactly the way you are, okay? Because this is what we have to do in this lifetime, is when we have relationships that are, if we can't, if it's our children and we don't want to disconnect with them, okay? We have no desire to disconnect with them. We want them to be happy, healthy, whole, and complete, and we want them to be part of our lives. The best thing you can do is send them love. Okay, send them love. And what you do there is you breathe in from the sky above that white light, bring it right down into your heart, visualize her in front of you, and send it to her heart. Okay, this has changed. This method has changed relationships, even the worst of relationships around. Okay, if you work on it, if you do it a couple times a day for like 3-4 minutes a time, bringing in that white light, sending it out of your heart with all your, I love and accept you exactly the way you are, not putting out there, I'd like you to do this, I want you to do that, because that's control. Okay, then that's a form of manipulation too. You don't want to do that. You want to just send her unconditional love. That's going to get the best results in a situation like this, if she's not willing to do her own work.
Yeah, she's not.
Yeah. So good luck. Let us know next time how that works for you, if you choose to do that.
I've asked her to go to therapy with me, and she says, I can't, I'm too busy. She's got a real attitude,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
unconditional love, lady.
There you go.
I'm going to give it a shot. Thank you, Diana.
Okay, you're
Thank you.
welcome. Absolutely, my pleasure.
Okay, love you.
We're glad you're here today. We missed you.
I'm glad to be here.
Okay, so Jerry had a question, wearing red clothing. I'm sorry, wait, let's go to Raylene's question. Can you wear the rainbow of crystals to help keep all of the chakras balanced, or should you really focus just on 1 or 2 at a time?
Yeah, no, you can absolutely wear the whole chakra. There's crystals out there you can get out on eBay. I mean, yeah, I create jewelry, so I'll put like a crystal for each one. Or if I'm feeling like I want to do my throat, my heart, and my solar plexus, which are my big ones in this lifetime, then, and when I say in this lifetime, it's just from my own awareness that I didn't have a lot of self-esteem. I didn't do this, like now I am. So those are ones that I tend to focus on, but you can definitely wear all seven. Absolutely. Hmm.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And this is
Yeah.
something like this, the sheet here that I have, I brought this out. So it's just like a silk sheet. You can hang it up in your house or next to your bed, and that vibration of these colors will pop on out. Okay. So yeah,
And that has
yes,
all the chakras, all
yes,
that, right, yeah.
the seven main chakras.
Okay, and then, so Jerry had asked, would wearing red clothing help with my root, which needs the most attention? Anything else that can help with that? The root chakra?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the red clothing. Red, browns. I'm not real fond of black because black tends to kind of block the light from coming through. It's a little bit too dense. And you notice that so many people are wearing black right now, okay? Because they're feeling very ungrounded and they want to get grounded. So if you can wear, like black and red or something like that, instead of all black, like bring in some color is what I'm saying. Black and white are more like hues. So red would definitely be good for the root chakra.
Okay, and so any other, crystals or something that, Frida could help bring into, she has that heart on guard, she's really, just doesn't want to open that, she's guarding it. So what else, anything else any tips to help
Uh-huh.
to learn to just open up, I mean, she is doing a lot of work and has come a long way with learning to love herself and adore and her family and really, really coming into her own. So she is doing the work. So kudos to you. So don't
Awesome.
forget
Yeah,
that, Frida. You've definitely come a long way.
absolutely. Well, you know what? I would say if you worked a little bit on the throat chakra, that's what I'm thinking too. Work a little bit on that throat chakra to be able to express your needs and your desires on a little higher level. So that's whether or not you're doing it again in journaling, because I keep getting journaling, and I know you're doing that, Frida. I know you are. So doing that, but also like exercising it, using your voice, speaking it, what your needs and desires are, whether you're talking to the universe, you're talking to a trusted friend, a therapist, whatever, like get it out there, because the universe responds when we're actually verbally sending stuff out. So try that a little bit. That might start tweaking things up a little bit. Or if you're talking to a gentleman, be a little bit more open with your if you feel comfortable being open with how you feel about relationships and what you're interested in and stuff like that, like just engaging in conversation.
Yeah. And another thing is also just actually making an entire list of everything. If you had to just wish for the person, or, that, likes to go to a movie, or likes to laugh, or is funny, or it sings, anything anything that you could think of, just put that list together. If that was the person, and that manifests into something. It does. You'd be surprised. It's really interesting. An astrologer taught me that a long time ago, and it's literally right. I mean, it's just you just list out everything that you would want in a person, and all of a sudden, like, oh wow, that person does this for that.
Right.
It's just
Right.
amazing how that happens.
And it really is. And I'm so
Yeah.
glad you mentioned that. I think have you done that already though, Frida? You have not done that? So yes, then thank you so much, Nicole, I had a feeling, I thought that Frida might have already done that. So Frida, also when you're writing down, so thank you, Nicole. And when you're writing down that list of everything you want in this man, okay, in this partner, always end it with, or something better. Because if you write down, this is what I want, then that's showing that this is what I want, and I don't want to take anything other than that. Okay. So if you're saying this is what I want or something better, then you're giving the universe so much more leeway, okay, to manifest. Yeah.
I mean, it
Okay.
could be anything to like spicy food, because if you were not
Yeah,
on the same wavelength
sure.
with food, then that could be a little bit. He loves to play golf, like anything that you like in your life that you would want to find in a mate, just put it
Yeah.
down. It could be tall, short, anything, funny, bookworm, things like that. So
There you
just
go.
think of anything.
That's yeah, exactly. And Frida, Sunday is a new moon, so that would be a great time if you have a fire pit or if you have a fireproof bowl to take that list, write it down, and shoot it up to the universe with fire. Send it up. Yeah, but make sure you're in a fire safe area. I don't want
Yeah, go outside, back, yeah.
yeah, be outside or something,
right.
But if you're gonna do that, like a lot of people do those fire releases around the new moon and the full moon, and we do have a new moon on Sunday. So if you want to and you feel comfortable doing that, and you're in a space that is safe, so you don't burn anything down, including yourself or your possessions or anyone else's, then then you can do that. If you don't feel comfortable with the burn ceremony, you can always bury it as well. And that's just another option. So if you're not comfortable, just bury it.